So I know that there are several people here that have experienced co-session already. Is there anyone here who's not familiar with how these go and what we do with these calls? So Deb's new. Deb was an invite from was it Elizabeth? Oh, very cool. Okay. So yeah, just really quickly to kind of do a quick rundown of what we do. Basically, we gather together so that I can lead us into the Akashic field. And in doing so, I take you in a guided journey, a vocalized journey to take you through that process. And I essentially we are bonding our energy fields together to be able to create a wider bandwidth of intention and energy through a technical process I don't call it, it's a known technical terminology. It's called link aggregation. And that's when you bond different channels together to create a bigger channel because it creates a greater and wider and amplified signal. And so with that, I will take you through that journey. And as each and every person has, unique, what I'll call signatures of their frequency and their energy, everyone is able to participate together. I kind of, in a layman's term, call it astral traveling awake, because we're able to access and see and feel and hear, depending on whoever and whatever their gifts and abilities are for their clairs. Some people will be more visual, some people will be more sentient, some people will be more audio, but it just, feel free to share and contribute what you're experiencing, because many times that cross-referencing actually helps each other create validation and confirmation of the experience that's happening, simultaneously for everybody on the call. So I know that with this particular co-session, there was a specific topic or focus that Tamara brought to our attention and group regarding Native American healing, Native American timelines. And I believe Tamara had wanted to stage this call with having Dana and Mary Moore speak, specifically because of their connection and work with those particular with that particular area. Is that, and then Tamara, I'll let you speak to that if you don't mind.
Um, yeah, let me unmute here.
You're not muted.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like not with it today. No, I'm actually going to let Mary and Dana do it. But it just came to me that we really should be doing this for 2025. What a great way to start. We had such a fabulous sessions, the end of the year, and I just want to carry on with that. But the Indigenous people of North America really came to mind, and then of course Dana, who has massive experience.
Did we just lose you?
I'm just wondering if you guys can just speak this way.
So Tamara, you were just saying to allow Dana and Mary to step in.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So Dana, Mary, I'm not sure how you who wants to take turns.
Well, let me just jump in first and say that this all happened on just a very off the cuff comment to Tamara. I love you so much, Tamara, but I was just like, hey, should we be doing anything more with the portal at our place? And so now we're here, and I don't have anything like uber prepared, but I'm open to however this unfolds. I was thinking I might read a calling in of the directions, since we are focused on Indigenous. I don't know if anyone else here has more shamanic background than I do and does that on a regular basis. Please feel free to take that. Otherwise, I will read it. Other than that, I turn it over to you, Mary, and you and I have never met, so it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Dana. And thank you, Tamara, for the invitation. And I also am not quite sure how to help or how to contribute, except just to say, I live in California, and since starting working with the plant medicine in the last year, a big part of that journey for me has been being able to access just the energy of the First Nations people, the Indigenous people who lived here in California and continue to live here, and has given me just an access to the amount of pain and disruption that happened at the time that the missionaries came to California, and that trauma and that collective pain is still ongoing very much, and it has not been fully processed or fully released. And I've, been going through the fires here in Los Angeles, and I had an awareness that I shared with the group just on text when I got out of LA and was in Santa Barbara, and had a very strong experience of recognizing that these fires are activating a lot of timelines that are happening simultaneous with our own, in that the damage that was done by the missionaries is still being experienced by Indigenous spirits, and that this fire is reactivating a lot of that. So in my particular area, it feels very, very active. And I imagine in different portals and different pockets around the West and the Southwest, that this is reverberating. So yeah, that was my experience.
I have a question. Mary, thank you so much for sharing. Dina, I'm just trying to connect a couple things. There's a portal for the indigenous tribes on your land. Is that what Tamara was saying?
Tamara, do you want to chime in here?
So I have been doing a lot of work with various places around the world, like stone circles, standing stones, mounds, and things like that. And I can't even remember how it came about. I had a session with Dana, and Suki and I live quite close to her. We ended up going up there to do some work on the Blue Mounds, which is a very substantial mound in that area. And as we started our work, we came to find out so much. First, Dana is actually the keeper of those lands up there. She has spent her entire life up there, which I find fascinating, and knows the land intimately. And the reason she keeps coming back to it is because she's supposed to be tending it. But I'm going to let you talk, Dana, to kind of what happened with the Blackhawks, because your history on it is so good. And it's just an example of what we did. But we were told, Bonnie came in also from afar, and another friend, Jeff. So it was a combination of 5 of us. Actually, no, 6 of us working on this space, and it needed it. But we were told we needed to come back and just do a final clearing and bring some good energy into it, because we had done so much work, but we hadn't done it yet. And Dana just called me this weekend and says, hey, we ought to maybe look at that. And I was just told, boom, this group has got to go in and do it as a whole to do the final clearing. So Dana, you can tell them a bit about the Blackhawks and what we did there.
Yeah, so the land itself has 2 very, very large mounds on it that are natural features of the land. This is an unglaciated part of the Midwest, and so the lands have not been, turned into flat land. It's quite lovely. And this all unfolded in this very Tamra way, where it just, some connections came together. And so I was not aware of the fact that I had been here for generations and that I'd been tending this land, but it makes perfect sense to me. So the Blackhawk Nation, or Chief Blackhawk, was here. We have several Indigenous nations that are still here in Wisconsin. And there was a terrible war that came through this area and came across that entire mounds and the place we live now. And so I did a session with Elizabeth's sister Suki, and Suki called me the day after and said, "Is there a rock on your property?" And I said, "Well, there's a giant 30 by 40 stone here." And she said, "You need to talk to Tamara." And I talked to Tamara the next day. And a few weeks later, Tamara and Suki were here and we were opening a portal. And so that's how that all unfolded. I am a bit of a death doula. I've had a lot of people line up outside. I do clearing work, I do energy work, and a lot transpired after we opened that portal. And I've done quite a bit of clearing with it since then. But since we had this conversation yesterday to get us to today, a ton of energy has come in. I feel like there is a long queue of spirits, energies, entities who are like, oh, there's a lot of people coming together. They're here, they're ready. It's pretty intense actually. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm ready to do it, and so are they. I can feel them.
It feels like it feels like
Yeah.
a crowding all of a sudden. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very intense.
Yeah.
Tamara and Dana, have you guys ever heard of Dixon mounds?
No, I haven't. Dana probably
Okay.
has.
So, in Northern Illinois, we have, I'm getting chills. The Dixon mounds, which Dana, I'm assuming are similar to what you have. And it's just, I mean, mound after mound after mound. And at one point in time, people had opened up some of the mounds and created a museum around them for people to come and view. So you would go up these stairs, and I went there when I was a kid, and they've since been closed. I mean, obviously, but you would go up on this platform and look down, and you saw like all of the remains of the people who were buried there. So, I've had like spiritual connections before with some Indigenous people, and I remember going there when I was a kid and just feeling all of the energy and the overwhelm and sadness and all of that. So, I totally feel you with the whole mound thing, and I've seen what's lays beneath. So,
Yeah.
just
That's
a little
awesome. So I think,
connection there.
yeah, it sounds like we've all got a bit of, or a lot of us have a bit of experience or are feeling the energy, and that's awesome. And I'm very, very happy to have Mary and Dana with us today because I feel like their connection there is so strong. It's inevitable we're going to be able to do some big things today.
I would like to just chime in and offer something, if that's okay. For one, the energy is insane, and I'm like struggling to even like sit here and breathe truly. But I just wanted to share a quick thing. So I was adopted when I was 12 years old. I know my biological parents. My biological mom comes from Native American blood, and she has struggled. She has been plagued with addiction, with mental illnesses, with just absolute heaviness. And in trying to do some of my own ancestral healing, it has been so difficult to reach her because all I see is this just massive layer of metallic armor that is impenetrable. And I did do a family constellation session where I just went in a little more with that and was able to see that she never had a chance. She never had a chance because her mother did not give her a chance. Her mother didn't give her a chance because she never had a chance. And it was like the healing doesn't even go to the mother, it goes back and back and back, and it went all the way back to these terrors and these horrors and the pain and the suffering from colonization and from everything that happened during that time. So this
Ooh.
is definitely, I'm ready.
Well, yeah, Sierra, I have to, as you're talking, I'm starting to get those energy surges now. But then it's obviously pretty clear we're not just going to be working with the past timelines. We're going to be looking at the repercussions to the present timelines. So that's massively important.
That
Thank you.
makes sense to me because that was the first thing on my mind is as we try to heal, as we are healing these timelines, it's reverberating down towards what is now, what it resulted into or created as a process of that. So no, that totally makes sense to me, and I think it's key that the people that are impacted are here too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Big.
into the future as well. Yeah, I cleared on it before we got started, and that came up very clearly too, past, present, and future.
All right.
okay.
So Dana, thank you for, contacting me and reaching out because obviously this was the right thing to do today. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you want to call in the four directions now, or do you want to do it once we go in? It's just kind of a feel that out and tell me what you feel.
My instincts say to do it first, since it's more of a grounded, and then you'll take us up to how does
Okay.
that sound? Is that okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
It's a little bit long, so I apologize. If anybody else is familiar with calling in the directions, please feel free to tell me. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and just read this. Okay. All right, so take a deep breath. At the end of each of these statements, I'm going to say the word aho, and if you could just repeat it after me, you don't have to turn your mic on, but just say it after I say it. So I am very overwhelmed, so if I get emotional, my apologies. To the ancestors of the East, the place where the sun rises and the moon rises and each new day begins. To the ancestor dreamers and visionaries, you who dream the world into being, who bring us new visions, ideas, ways of seeing, ways of being, come and support us in the sacred time and space, inspire and illuminate us, hold us, protect us, and shine your light upon us. Guide us in this work. We welcome you to this circle. Whisper in our ears. Show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho.
Oh.
To the ancestors of the South, the ancestor healers, you know all the healing ways, past, present, and future. You who know precisely what is most needed at this time for our healing and growth. We welcome you here. Come and bring forth what healing and medicine is best served at this time. Wrap us with your warmth, love, kindness, and compassion. Guide us and support us. We welcome you to this circle. Whisper in our ears. Show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho.
Oh.
To the ancestors of the West, the place of the luminous warrior who walks the path of peace, harmony, and introspection, we welcome you to bring us compassion, courage, and strength. Come support us in this sacred time and space. Help us perceive those things that are hidden, to clear any confusion, fog, or delusion so that we can be our true and authentic selves. Help us be brave in seeking truth and peace. Help us choose harmony over aggression and hold a strong heart. We welcome you to this circle. Whisper in our ears. Show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho. To the ancestors of the North, the keepers of wisdom and knowledge, you who know all the stories past, present, and future, and who help us make medicine of our experiences, we welcome you to bring your wisdom and understanding here, guide and support us in our work, and to the compassionate and healed ancestors of our families, you who came long before us, we welcome you to assist with your descendants here by imparting your knowledge and experience. Come and support us in the sacred time and space. We welcome you to this circle. Whisper in our ears, show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho. There are a couple more. Grandmother Earth, sweet mother, you who feeds, clothes, and houses us, you who is our flesh, blood, and bones, mother to all my relations, the plant people, the stone people, the fur-finned and feathered ones, the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the crawlers and swimmers, all my relations, all your children. Come, sweet mother, and hold us, receive us, help us be grounded and present with you, guide us in this work, protect us. Whisper in our ears, show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho. Great Spirit, Father Sky, you who sees all and knows all, keeper of the sun, moon, stars, galaxies, the great beyond, the great void. Come hold, protect, and watch over us in this sacred circle. Help us see beyond ourselves, see the big picture. Receive our grace, love, compassion, and understanding. Let us know how we are to serve you today at this sacred time and be of service to others. Guide us in this work, protect us. Whisper in our ears, show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho. There's one more. To the compassionate spirits of this place, the middle world, spirits of the land, plants and animals here, spirits of this building that each of us find ourselves in, receive us. Teach us your ways. Help us be in harmony with you, in reciprocity in our exchanges. Support us in this work. We humbly ask for your help in mysteries, through signs, omens, and all the magical ways you communicate. We are grateful to be in your presence. Thank you for being with us here. And last, I invite all the power animals, teachers, and guides who work with me to be present as well, to hold, protect, and ward this sacred space so we can safely do our work. Guide us, protect us, whisper in our ears, show us the way. We are open and listening. Aho, and thank you. Whew, okay, Vera, it's all you.
That was beautiful, Dana. Thank you.
Yeah, that was very powerful. You can feel it.
Yes.
So as I take us in, just like I've said before, if you want to stay on camera, if you want to go off camera just now, just so that you can fully immerse into the vocalization, so you can kind of focus within. All right, so this is a guided journey entering into the Akashic field, and I'm going to ask that you begin the process by taking a deep breath in and letting that out as comfortably or as naturally as you feel in this moment. And with that breath, we're going to begin to take our mental awareness to our energy fields around us, so that we can define the boundaries or points of presence as our front, back, left, and right sides. And as we start to bring our awareness to these areas, we're going to start to feel the boundaries of the field as our foundational frequency activates. And when you feel you've established these mental points of presence, let's take our attention above about 5 or 6 feet, so that we can start to see, sense, feel, imagine, or visualize detecting the light of source. In the beginning, this source light will feel like an ambient dispersion of light particles just spread out across the sky. But as you continue to bring your attention and focus to this light will start to collect and pull into groups, which will then concentrate into spotlights, randomly moving about the sky, allowing us to lock into this until all these spotlights converge into one. And with this focus and through the power of source, we begin to travel with the source light downward, down through the path of the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, falling through the legs and past the feet. We shoot through into the earth star, then down into the crystalline and central core of the planet, all the way down into the center of Mother Earth, into the heart of Gaia. Anchoring, centering, and balancing here, where we set the intention to clear and transmute all low-level frequencies, negative energies across all time, dimension, space, and realities, as we fully and completely release any density into the planet. This allows us to travel back up and move lighter through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, through the soul star, all the way into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, pushing farther into our pinpoint connection to source. As we feel this energy move, we're feeling the extreme opposites of this energy stream, understanding and acknowledging we are creating a chakra circuit pathway that allows the light, the energy, and our consciousness to flow freely and clearly, unobstructed, as we are fully realized into our connection to source. Sit here for a second, and then we'll travel back down with this energy through the divine light path we've created, back through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, to arrive in home and center into our heart space. Everyone expanding their hearts into the universe. allowing our divine column and pillar of light to expand along with it, allowing us to connect to the galactic center so we may sense the void, feel the void, expand into the void to become the void. No boundaries exist and we are all one. From here, I call upon the cosmic table of light and I ask for source light records for myself, Evelyn Takakura, and each and every person in this session, Denise Scott, Bonnie Beard, Dana Avery, Deb Gonzalez, Elizabeth Flaga, Ellen Warren, Mary Moore, Sarah Hall, Tamara Pasick. As each name is called, Source Light Records opens each and every one of these, and I pull them into the center of the palm of my hand. And as I receive these these pulses of light, then I turn my palm up over the cosmic table of light, and I move to open the records high and wide until they expand into the light of the sky and beyond, setting the intention that all healings, clearings, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies and vibrations of the highest order and magnitude come forth for myself and all in session, so we may honor and acknowledge the presence of the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, guides, beings of light, hailing dragons, hailing elders, to step forward to support us in this session. I also ask that each person in this session is a point of the geometry and formation that is most optimal for energy transmission and reception to create a stronger structure of energy. So the records are now open, field access is now granted, all frequencies are active, all records are online.
I don't know if anybody else was crying during Dana's invocation of the directions, but I got a feeling I wasn't the only one.
Oh, no.
Immediately coming in as you started, as Dana finished and you started, Vera, was a circle of Indigenous people around us. And then I looked up and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, all just going as far as you can see. In the front is a man, and behind him are two women. The first woman embodies feminine everything, femininity and love. And her message is that all of us should have some sort of visual clarity, heightened clair anything during this session. It's almost that they're so grateful that we're here. They're just giving you like a spiked dose of whatever your natural talent is. And the third woman, or the third person, which is a woman, is a medicine woman. And she's here to assist us with this. She has one very large, like 12, 15, 16-inch white feather. And then she has a feather that's about half that size, that's kind of a gray-brown. I know the gray-brown is an owl feather. She told me. I don't know what the white one is.
Is it eagle?
Yeah, it's eagle. It is. It is eagle. She's shaking her head yes. The male that has stepped forward, I get the sense, I don't know if anyone else is getting information, but I get the sense that he was a leader of several nations, like is when some of the Native American nations came together. I get the feel that that's where he was. Is anyone else getting a sense who it is?
No, I just sensed leader.
Yeah, he is. And what we're doing as you were opening the records at the end, Vera, is he is now basically taking us on a guided tour. He wants us to go over all of this land from Canada down to Central America, and he wants us to feel it. He wants us to know this is the land we're working. This is what it feels like. This is how we start our journey. We become familiar with the land that we are working on and the people that reside there and have resided there. So if you could just take a minute, he's saying, and just take your astral body over these areas from the north in Canada all the way down. And he's saying you're going to feel pockets in each of these, what we now know as the different countries. You're going to feel pockets as where the deepest heaviness will be. So if you are feeling that or seeing it, please share the areas that you're coming across.
I feel like I'm like above the planet and I'm looking at the continent and I'm just like seeing it like highlighted. I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
And my body's freezing from I guess the energy shifts or something weird like that.
We are starting in Mexico. We're starting North Mexico in the borderlands. And there's this push that I'm feeling of them being pushed north. Basically just displacement is what I'm feeling and seeing. And it's a feeling of unknowing, like what's going on here, confusion, not understanding. It's very long ago. And with this confusion becomes turmoil. So I'm being told that we need to see and feel these people and bring them a sense, not necessarily a sense of calmness, but of acceptance and understanding. Because in their turmoil and fighting, it becomes worse. And even in their death, we want them to feel that acceptance of it and knowing that this can be healed.
Are we supposed to place energy in these places? Because I feel like there's like a conversion or a transmutation or something to that degree that has to happen because the energy's been stagnant there for many. It's like a long, yeah.
So I'm sensing, and please, anyone else join in, but I'm sensing that we need to remove this confusion and this fear, replace it with calmness, and then put that energy in.
Okay.
I'm being directed to clear the karma of all of our ancestors and all of the tribal ancestors. And so I'm just using my pendulum to clear all levels, all layers, all ancestors on both sides.
And I'm sure we will get to this, but I've been hearing the Trail of Tears for a while. I'm sure we'll get to that part.
Oh. Yeah, my body just lit up on that one. So the leader is telling us to infuse green light back into this land and back into all the people.
I'm feeling this like almost frozen sensation, like stuck. It feels like it's coming from just the shock of this threat that you didn't even know could possibly exist. They lived their daily lives knowing what the threats of the land were, and then something comes along beyond what they could even comprehend, and there's almost this like sense of just being stuck in the absolute shocking terror of it all. And it's feeling like this humongous weight that just kind of got set on the land, and it's preventing some of that energy from moving forward. So I don't know if that's something we can maybe, I don't know,
Well,
just sharing what I'm feeling.
yeah, and do we need to direct some special healing to Sierra as well?
Yes.
Absolutely. I feel like I've been holding on to Sierra for about 3 minutes now. So I definitely feel like she needs some energy and help and assistance. I've been like holding and grounding her for a bit.
And that's exactly the feeling I was trying to describe earlier. You said it so much more succinctly than me. That's exact. They had no idea and no idea how to even process what was happening.
Also feeling like a super intense and like overwhelming grief. And it feels like it's coming from the group that's having to leave their home.
Well, you have so many, you've got confusion, you have betrayal, you have anger, you have terror and false hope. So all those things need to be cleared and replaced, right? I'm seeing a gigantic wing. If you can imagine, like a beautiful ceremonial bird wing, and taking that above the people and sweeping it.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
There's just a lot of temperature changes going on right now.
Same
in my
here,
body.
yes.
There is. I almost
Crazy.
feel like we're feeling what they were, just all of those emotions that they were feeling, that we're getting the gamut here.
Can see the energy starting to break up and move as we're staying present with them and their experience. They're definitely receiving our healing.
I agree.
Tamara, do the Native Americans or Indigenous people that step forward, are they giving us any other
Right at this moment, no. I think this is such a dense, sad energy that it's really hard to break through. And I'm glad that we're making some progress. They are telling me that when we finish with all of these areas in North America, that we do have to go back with the dodecahedron.
That's what I was thinking, was the geometry to actually how do you say that, make the change, I mean, or instill the change permanently, because it's such a lot of density
Exactly.
that you need something that's kind of almost like going to trigger, you know what I'm saying, just the how do you say this, be the catalyst to change, to continually be the catalyst to change, not just this one time
Yeah. For what's to
interaction.
come in
I
the
thought I'm just,
future.
yeah, there's this propagation of the work we're doing that needs to continue on a certain level. Um,
And
The weight is feeling much lighter now.
I was just going to ask Mary or Dana, are you feeling like it's cleared? Because I'm feeling like we're just about there.
Yeah, I feel like this first phase is there. There was something very particular about our DNA, about our particular group, and like what's held in our specific bodies and specific DNA that is very instrumental in allowing us to break through this heaviness.
But it's all the gifts and upgrades we've been receiving when we do this work together.
I'm
That's
also
enabled that.
DNA, I was seeing a form of helix, and it wasn't just a double helix. It was like so much more than that. But it felt like,
So you're seeing a pattern, Elizabeth?
yeah, like when I saw it, I was thinking double helix, but it's more than that. There's like something like a tube in the center, and there's all these helixy things swirling around it, and
I see that all the time, Elizabeth. I see it all the time. It pops
yeah.
in all the time. So I don't
It
know
was
what it
really cool
is.
that she said that, like a mixing of our DNA. It just reminded me of that. So it was cool that I saw it right before she said that.
Well, and I'm also seeing like a ceremonial fire,
Mm,
and in order to like transmute that energy and send it, you know, send it to the ethers. And after you said the helix, I saw the fire turn purple, and I saw all these little helixes going up and up and up.
oh, all right. I'm like burning up right now. I don't know what you're onto there, but it's something.
I feel I feel called to play some chimes if folks would be okay with that.
Yes.
They're sun chimes.
It, the lead guy is so grateful to hear one of us say that, because that is part of that's part of who they are. It's that drumming, it's that chiming, it's how they did every ceremony. And I think that's how we're going to move the energy easier. Thank
Um,
you for identifying that.
I also have my drum.
Oh,
Well,
Well,
yes.
yeah, I mean, if you guys feel some kind of
grab
protection
it.
will help that, I mean,
I
Yeah.
have my drum too, so
I love because I have a rattle.
I
Let's
have.
do it.
Oh my gosh, I have a rattle too.
Let's do it.
A tuning
Okay,
fork.
guys.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Mary, are you feeling it move faster?
Yeah, I think we need to keep that rhythm coming. If people feel that call, I'm doing it with my fingers, with my hands, with my rocking of my body.
Okay. It's like this sense of relief that we were finally able to figure this out. So well done, guys.
I have two medicine rattles. I'm just gonna shake those.
Okay.
So when I started the rattle, the wind picked up, which was really beautiful. I'm muting that rattle because it's really loud, but as I'm out here playing it, it's like the wind is like the wind hears and it's so beautiful.
So let's move to the West Coast and let's start with our drumming and our tapping and our rattles so that we can get that energy, stagnant energy and that stagnant history just lightening a little bit before we try to move it. And get a yes from the lead Indigenous man.
What are you seeing, Tamara? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling just like we did at the Black Hawk, the Blue Mound, where all of these beings are coming out. They're waiting to be released. All of these beautiful souls that have been locked in the land. Is that what you're seeing, Dana?
Yeah, it has lightened considerably here. It was so overwhelming emotionally to begin with, and throughout this session, I've been clearing and following the charts, and it's interesting. So many of the words you've said have come up in the charts. So I'm everything just feels a lot lighter to me. We've cleared a lot.
I'm feeling that they feel seen.
Mm. I'm seeing a lot of the women and children right now, mothers and grandmothers, and they're watching us. They're encircling us. They're seeing us.
It's weird, my Zoom just shut down and rebooted.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Mary, what are you feeling right now with the energy?
I'm seeing, yeah, a lot of souls, a lot of spirits being released. It feels like they've been in hiding for a really long time.
Mm.
And we're creating a container and a safety container where they're being able to release and expand and breathe into another sense of freedom.
Okay. Is anyone getting a sense for any light other than green for this area?
From the visual of the women standing around in a circle, I felt like I was receiving a lot of healing from them. And then there was this reciprocation of acknowledging what they had taken from them and the pain they went through. And at the same time, they were looking at the pain that we're going through and saying that they see us and they're also here healing us as well and helping us to find a way back. And then we all step back into one circle together, creating a larger circle. And then there's like this tent that kind of covers us, and it's golden yellow, just light energy.
Mm. I feel that. I feel that so deeply. And I feel like they will be with us through all these massive changes that are coming up, which are going to be hard.
When Tamara first asked about other colors, yellow is what I saw too.
Yeah. All right, let's infuse this west with the yellow. Okay, I'm being told we need to go to the northeast, which is northeast United States and the eastern coast of Canada. This feels really different. Does anyone else feel like this energy feels different?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
It was colder and darker to me.
I was just gonna say that same thing, Sarah. It felt cold and dark.
So I'm seeing that they were able to hold it off for a while just because of their knowledge of living in the cold, but they eventually succumbed.
Yeah, it feels like there's a very strong layer of stoicism.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath that, really tremendous grief.
Yeah. It's they knew, they saw this coming, they knew it was coming, so it wasn't as much of a surprise.
I'm getting a sense that they've closed their hearts.
Yes.
That kind of creates a gray rockiness over it.
I'm going to do a heart share with these people because I feel like it will help them. I just feel like it'll help.
Yes.
So with the rose light,
I can see them coming out of the forest. That's what you're doing. Just walking closer to us now.
I'm picturing opening my arms and, shooting my heart outwards, and my arms get huge, really long, and turn into these big, long wings,
oh my goodness.
and just having this feeling of wanting to hold every one of them together.
Is everyone feeling like we've helped them all move through this and move on?
Yes, I feel like there at the end, they were giving us a blessing as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going on to central Canada and western Canada. I don't know the history here, but I'm being shown that they were doing a lot of spiritual work to help their brothers in south of them, like in the United States.
And I feel like the spirit is still strong there.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels much more like less fractured,
Yes.
more
Yes.
cohesive.
I mean, I don't want to go as far as to say vibrant, but it is different. They suffered, but not to that extent.
Hey guys, what time did you guys start?
I don't know, 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I thought the call was at 2 o'clock.
I did the same thing, Monique.
Oh.
So we are now going all over North America, going region by region, healing, pulling the various souls that want to move on, infusing them with light. We're in central and western Canada right now. We have a leader of several tribes with us, a huge feminine Native American, and behind her, a medicine woman that's facilitating with us.
Is anyone else sensing the white buffalo woman?
Oh, okay. I
Oh
could
my
not.
goodness, yes.
I couldn't figure out who this person was. It's in, and she's in central Canada. Is that where you're seeing it?
It just came, so I don't know.
Well, that's where she is. I couldn't figure out who this being was.
My whole head just got lit up with chills.
Monique, we're also assisting with tapping or drumming or rattles because the minute we started that, everything started to move quicker. So if you've got your drum and you want to join in, please do.
I don't have anything here in Arizona, so.
Mary's tapping with her fingers.
All right. I'm trying to connect with you guys because I kind of rushed in here.
Okay, I'm feeling white light is what we need to infuse this with. Is anyone getting anything different?
That feels right, Tamara.
Good, yeah. White.
No, the white is definitely correct, Tamara.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, we're going down to Mexico again, not at the border, but the rest of it going south towards Central America. This one feels really dense, like it's not moving.
I just said that in my head, Tamara. That's funny.
It's Mary, are you picking up anything on this region?
It's hard to see. It does
Yeah.
feel very layered and very dense. Um, there's like multiple timelines kind of intertwined.
Yeah. It's almost like a mixing of different, I don't want to say races, but different indigenous people mixed in with, I don't know, Spaniards and French and so much.
I feel like there was like a layer, like a sheet in the northeast that we didn't fully finish clearing, and now I'm almost seeing that it's like this layer that spreads across all of just like this whole region, but to dissolve it, you have to address it all. If that
Uh, Maybe that's what it is.
What was the last thing you said, Sierra? That we have to dissolve it,
oh, you have to address it all, like maybe
address
all.
it all simultaneous. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So should we do that now or at the end? I'm thinking we do it at the end because we still have the Midwest of the United States, which was, yeah, that was the first wave to get hit.
Okay.
Are you feeling differently, Mary? Dana,
No, I
anything?
think that's a good impulse. I think that's good. We need to touch in and get familiar with everything that we've got.
So it's like we're connecting the dots for each and every area, right? And then
Right.
once we have that map or that grid, then we can do it all at once.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Thanks, Sierra.
Tamara, where have we already done?
West, the coast along Mexico and southern United States, northeast and east coast Canada. I'm feeling yellow light for this one again. Is anybody feeling anything different? I feel like we're healing physical wounds on this one.
I'm in like a blue vortex of energy, so maybe it's the blue light.
All right, let's do blue. Whoa. Well, that's highly effective. Good call. I'm feeling a connection. Not that they all didn't have connections, but I feel a different connection between this group and like upper galaxies, like other dimensions. It just seems like there's an easier connection between the two. Mhm.
Between that region, or you're just saying overall?
Yeah, no, just that region. I mean, it's not that it didn't exist in the other ones, but this one seems like, it's a clear line that their communication with other dimensions and galaxies, I want to say galaxies, not just dimensions, seems to be really clear and really quick.
For some reason, I get the sense the blue light purifies. It's weird. It's kind of turning things white in my field.
Okay, I'm being shown right now, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm being shown right now that a disproportionate number of the indigenous people in this region in Mexico came directly, like that this life as an indigenous person, their previous life was like a galactic extraterrestrial alien. So they came from a planet into the indigenous people. I'm getting a big yes on that. I
Well,
don't know why that matters, but that's interesting.
the Mayans also popped into my head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me too. It feels like it's very connected to the Mayan legacy and that really strong connection to the intergalactic.
Well, they have the pyramids. So they're already working with that sacred geometry to communicate to the stars, their calendar and all that. So makes sense.
And the blue light also made me think of that connection to turquoise.
Oh,
That it was their stone of choice for sure.
Mhm.
that is indeed why this one feels so different. Which is why they came in with that technology. That makes a lot of sense.
Similar but different to the northern Canada energy. It feels like there was more coherence that was able to stay intact in
Mm-hmm.
this area.
Yeah, I feel that too. It's almost as if they had tools to insulate themselves longer.
Yeah, technologies. Yeah.
As we moved south, I saw this symbol, which is it's like the eye of God from, um, I don't know which tribe it was, but it just flashed in my head. And I'm gonna see if I can find it. But it just flashed in there, so I figured it was worth
Is it the
mentioning.
eye in the pyramid?
No, it's not the eye in the pyramid. It's either Zuni or Hopi.
Mm.
And now they're more New Mexico, but it's what flashed in my head. So I figured it was worth mentioning.
Do you have a picture of it?
I do, but I'm technologically.
Yeah, I know.
I'll send it at some point.
Okay. Are you guys feeling ready to move to the Midwest?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm staying with my charts and clearing, and we're good here.
Okay. So we got the Blackhawk, Sioux, Chippewa, Shawnee, those nations. Okay. I personally am feeling this more than any of them.
Yeah, I feel a lot of heaviness in my heart space. As soon as you said Midwest, I just felt this weight on me.
Feels extreme, like it was extremely violent. Like I'm feeling almost like physical pains.
You're feeling almost like this is the what?
Like it's like physical pains.
Oh, oh.
Oh, Sierra.
Well, you have all those people who had to follow the Trail of Tears, right? And they saw nothing but like death and destruction and famine.
Anybody else feeling a little overwhelmed here?
Yeah.
This one I feel like has the most sadness. Like I feel a lot of grief with this one for sure.
Me too. The medicine woman that's with us, she is moving her arms, like flailing them everywhere. She's just like moving stuff and giving stuff. And
I'm being directed to say a few things here. Greater Spirit, please fill all of these beings with unconditional love, absolute scalar waves, radiant Kundalini, healing streams of grace. Please fill them with peace, harmony, love, acceptance, forgiveness, and help to release them all to their own origins of unconditional love.
I'm also feeling a need to call to the people who carried out this horrendous act whenever we're done sending love to the people who are hurt.
I'm feeling called to share Lakota's song. I don't know if I can sing it because my heart is racing, but I'm gonna try. Feel free to talk over that if you'd like. I think the Lakota were in this area and then a little bit more west. So ye ho ye way yo ye ye ho ye away ho ye away ho ye shante washte ho shila ake yashima Eke washte way oh yeah. Way oh yeah.
Bonnie, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
I just checked my watch. My heart rate's like a 135. It's crazy.
Oh my God, that was a hard one. God, Mary, how did you do this?
It's moving. It's moving. My hands are just going crazy and they're ice cold.
Bonnie, as you were singing, I envisioned us like birds flying over all the people and delivering your song.
It's beautiful.
When we first got here, they were all made of stone. It's like they were imprisoned by all of this pain, and your song just allowed them to move again. They were moving on their own.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Bonnie. They were definitely releasing because I was picking it up. So that song helped so much.
I started singing it on mute. It came the moment Ciara said that we missed some and needed to go back.
So what color do we need for this one? What color's standing out for everyone?
I'm definitely just seeing the green emerald heart energy, or you could even use the pink heart share as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling the green and pink too.
As you all were feeling the feels, I have just been giving the love, sending love, sending love, sending love to help heal.
I just had some kind of shadow aspect come in and do a lot of really heavy clearing. And then Bonnie came in with your song right after, and it just lifted everything.
I'm feeling called to lean into rose quartz if anyone has some handy.
Okay.
We're all walking towards it right now, towards the pink light. And they are so grateful. They haven't felt this in a long time.
There's like a lightness of being in their souls.
Mm-hmm.
Dana and Mary, are you guys feeling like this is complete or that we need to carry on for this area?
I think it's complete. I'm going through kind of a personal thing with a past life experience right now. But I think this part is complete. That's my sense.
Agreed.
Sierra, are there any areas that you're feeling that we have missed that we need to revisit?
I feel like from what we've done since the Northeast, it has lightened a lot. But I do think clearing the whole thing together would be good.
To connect the dots.
Yes,
Do
because
like a grid web to all of them connected in unity to heal.
yes, because we
And
also had some in South America as well, below Mexico.
do we feel we captured Oklahoma? It's just popping for me.
Let's
And
visit.
I'm always gonna pop in.
Almost.
Go ahead, one. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, like it feels almost like it's like standing out from the rest of the states in the U.S. That it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's really strange.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came into my head when Tamara said, "Is anything sticking out?" Oklahoma.
All right,
Wow.
then let's go to Oklahoma. Where did the Trail of Tears start, Denise?
I have to look it up.
I mean, it has to be in that area, right?
Oh, it is. It is in present day Oklahoma.
I mean, I don't think we can like, this is the very start of it, but what area, I guess. Let's visualize it in Oklahoma, going through it, and that'll be part of our healing of the trail in Oklahoma.
That sounds good.
I know it was along the Mississippi River.
Yeah,
Um, was the members of the Cherokee, Muskogee, Seminole, Chickasaw, and Choctaw nations. It's from the southeastern United States to newly designated Indian Territory west of the Mississippi River.
big light language starting right now.
Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Missouri, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Tennessee.
Oh, I'm feeling calmness. I'm feeling relief. I'm feeling like they've been waiting.
And I'm always going to throw some sacred geometry in there. So I put in the chat a picture of the Incan cross. That symbol has an energy of reunification. I don't know why that popped into me, but hell, if whatever we can use
Oh,
to kind of bring it together.
oh, thank you, Vera. Oh my goodness.
There's always a symbol for everything.
That feels right. Let's give some light along with this symbol to this area, and then let's go back and address the whole area, both with the every place we did with both the Incan cross and the dodecahedron. So what kind of light are we feeling for healing of this area?
It feels gold pink for me, but I mean, it could be something else for someone.
I'm feeling pink, heart pink.
All right.
Yeah, pink, definitely.
Pink it is.
I second the gold, so I'm voting combo.
It
So
feels like a combination. It's a
yeah, it was
combo.
like brown, and I was like, that doesn't feel right. And I was like, no, I think it's gold
I
or
almost
bronze,
want to
gold.
say, oh, you're thinking like rose gold, I think, but
Oh yeah.
that could be it too. Just the combination of those metals really help.
There was a quality to the wounding that happened here that has the quality of humiliation. And bringing that gold and pink really helps that wound.
Thank you for sharing that.
And Denise sent a really cool graphic on the thing she was seeing, which if you look at it, it's a circle with the central. It reminds me of the monad, so it's sort of like being at the center and having the perspective of everything around you.
Yes, it's apparently the sun god.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's good.
Dana, have we cleared this?
Yes, I just sent that to you psychically. Tamara, we're done. That my pendulum just stopped. So yeah.
Okay. This is me talking. This isn't like the beings that are with us, but I would like to take a couple of minutes here and just work on Sierra, her descendants, past and future, that line. And someone had mentioned, pulling her into it before, but I'd like to just do a group share of healing there.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back and do everything.
Tamara, who's that?
Sierra's on the call. She has her birth mother is a lineage in Native American and has struggled with issues her whole life that is brought back, is being brought forth from what's happened. Does that sound right, Sierra? I should have let you speak for yourself.
Yeah, that works. Yes, that works.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just so we're all sending our energy collectively to Sierra right now.
Sierra, her previous descendants and those to come, the whole lineage in her family.
Yeah.
Fill you all with a hand on my back.
Sierra, can you take a deep breath audibly, just hard and loud, just exhale everything you can.
Do you think we could all do that with her? And it's kind of like blowing out all of the hurt and the pain and the stuck energy. And I'm seeing it come out as a spiral going outward and outward and outward and infinity.
Yeah, let's do that. Can we do it 3 times?
Yes.
So let's inhale.
Ready, go.
And again. And the final time. The heart share with Sierra now.
I'm seeing this beautiful, vibrant pink sun with green edges kind of spiraling out.
How are you, Sierra?
Much better. Yeah, that helped a lot. It felt like there really just needed to be space for almost like rest, like everyone that we just ushered through. Like it was super intense, and there just needed to be a moment of just allowing that to kind of settle back down, and then bringing in like a recharge of the pink, light, loving. Yes.
I think Dana typed in something in the chat for you, Sierra.
Thank you.
And Sierra, thank you for being vulnerable and sharing and allowing us to work with you to help clear that.
Thank you so much. I've been feeling the emotions of every place that we've gone through as though they're mine, and I feel like that just allows me even more potent release to those energies for the collective. So I'm super glad that I'm here.
We're so fortunate to have you on the call today.
The energy I was seeing when we were doing the breaths was like Sierra in the front with all of her female ancestors standing behind her, and all of our energy was just hitting her like full on the pink energy, and then spiraling and flowing through everyone
I
behind
saw
her,
the same
behind you,
thing.
Sierra.
All
Wow.
your ancestors behind you, and it was just like a domino effect through
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wow.
Feeling that now, and it feels so good. It feels so good.
Okay.
The
Go ahead.
final step.
Yeah,
Tamara.
let's place our geometry in the Incan star and move that frequency of those symbols into all of North America.
Yeah, I don't know, Tamara, if you notice, it's a step cube. So, I mean,
Oh,
leaning back into the test.
That's great. That's perfect.
It's leaning right back into that. So
Oh,
the Native Americans, they even knew. So
Yes.
the technology's always been there.
Are we all taking a separate place and putting our geometry, or are we just doing it wherever
I'm
you
just doing
feel
it
called?
overall, but I mean,
Okay.
unless you feel called, I feel like if you feel called to align with a specific area, then of course there must be some thread or basis for that. But on
Sure.
my side, I just do it overall.
Okay.
The inner child of me wants to reach into a bag of sacred geometry and grab it and then just throw it across the US.
Like sprinkle it, sprinkle.
Yeah, just trusting that it'll land where it's needed most.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
So I always kind of try to say, allowing the divine geometry to create the formation that is needed in that moment.
I'm visualizing that now, Bonnie. Thanks. I feel like I'm sprinkling sacred geometry confetti everywhere.
Yeah, as you see it flying over the US, you can it's almost like a magnet, like pulls it down really fast where it's needed.
Well, it's like that magnetic metal.
I just also saw in the grid work above, you could place it in the center and just let it spin.
Mm, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that grid work above all of North America has been like, what's the word I want to use? It's stronger.
Illuminated.
Reinforced.
Yeah, like we have like strengthened that area over what we're calling 5D grid over this area by the healing.
We're merging the fields. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So I've been working in the universe and looking to
Mm-hmm.
Earth and encapsulating Earth with the energy and seeing the grid and bringing it in closer, the grid over the
Well,
entire Earth.
Nice.
That's why these calls are so effective. Everybody's got something that they can bring.
I'm going to throw a handful of rose quartz as well.
See, the grid work that we've done today and the healing now with the sacred geometry is going deeper into the Earth's crust and where the Earth has been impacted and bringing more healing to the
From the
spirits that are within the Earth and also the waters kind of surrounding North America.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
gosh, that's
Well,
such an amazing insight. I can't.
you're so clear with what you see, Mary.
I know. I love her insights on stuff because not everyone can see that way.
Yeah.
Mary, when you said that, I heard the Lewis and Clark expedition and the Milk River.
Mm.
I'm getting a lot of signals. Are we feeling like this is processing and fairly close to complete?
Yeah, I do. I want to check in with Dana and Mary, though. They seem to
Yeah.
have a clear insight there.
Yep, same here. We're ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that what we've done is going to continue to reverberate and we can check back on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can always get together again. No worries. Only because I have to close because I apologize. I didn't allocate as much time as I thought I did. But if everybody's feeling okay to move to close,
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
okay. Very good. So this is going to be the guided journey to leave the Akashic field. So let's begin to take our awareness and our energy field into our energy field around us and just start to recall the boundaries and points of presence of our of our space and our energy. So let's begin to center and gather and pull that energy back within by taking a deep breath in. And with that action, starting to center and balance once again. And as everybody is prepared, I am going to call upon the cosmic table of light and ask for source light records for each and every one in session. Denise Scott, Tamara Pasick, Monique Casper, Mary Moore, Sierra Hall, Bonnie Beard, Dana Avery, Debbie Teasley, Elizabeth Flaga, Ellen Warren. As I call source light records back for each and every one of you into the center in the palm of my hand and all your dimensional lives present. I'm going to move my hand back down to the cosmic table of light as I move to close the records. We all give gratitude for all the healings, clearings, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, and vibrations of the highest order and magnitude that have come forth for all in session. We also give gratitude and honor and acknowledge the presence of the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, beings of light, dragons, and elders present. As we exit field access from the Akasha, the records are now closed, but we're also setting the intention that all cords, connections, bindings, contracts, portals, vortexes, energies, whether intentionally or unintentionally created, are completely and fully released as we detach from this field, allowing our consciousness to move freely back down through the divine light path, back down through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, traveling down through the legs and feet, back down through to the earth star, into the central and crystalline core of the planet, back down into the center of Mother Earth and into the heart of Gaia. So we may anchor, center, and balance here. Resting for this moment to travel back up through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, reconnecting into our pinpoint connection to source. We now allow ourselves to travel back down with this energy and consciousness back through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, to once again home and center into our heart space, expanding our hearts into the universe. Please place your palms up on your lap to upload your gratitude and your frequency into the universal collective. As we send that, so that this may allow us to journey back into Mother Earth's sacred space, setting the intention to process and integrate all that has been transmitted and all that has been received, continuing this flow state, knowing we are one with the all and the all is one with us, allowing us to find our center point back into our home base. So we are anchored back into this 3D physicality, back into this earth plane, Aliyashwa. So it is, and it is so. We are back. Imagine a beam of light shining above your head, splitting to both sides of you to ray trace the triangle. And then when reaching just below foot level, drawing that final seal. And with that, we are back.
Ooh,
That was a lot.
that was hard.
Wow. Wow. Vera, thank you for getting us back. That felt like, whoa. Really had to pull us in.
That was probably like the hardest comeback. Woo. There, and you were like, come back, come back. I was like,
Yeah, I know. I
ah.
had to like, no, I had to like,
Right?
pulling.
It was almost like my head just went, oh. Yeah, you're like, we are back. And I was like, okay, we're back.
You got whiplash.
Yeah.
I did get whiplash. Oh.
No, but this was super powerful, and I really appreciate all of you coming together because we never know what's going to come forward, and we never know what we're going to be presented with. But I mean, everybody just steps up in a way that's just phenomenal. And I like I said, I know there was some tears and everything, but it really just humbles me each and every time we do this because I just saw the intention of 8 that Monique directed me to on Gaia, and it talks about how when people get together with an intention they're able to affect wars and violence, but this is the step up. I believe co-session is the step up because aside from the attention there's also everyone's gifts and abilities pooling and teaming together, and that to me is just like, I mean, it was Tashika who said, yeah, it's kind of like being the A team or the SWAT team, and it's true. And so I really do appreciate each and every one of you because, like I said, there's a lot of times everybody could be totally doing something else, but you guys all come together to do this work, and it's always super humbling for me. So I'm just grateful for each and every one of you because I feel like we are the change agents, and we're making and we're affecting, we're affecting the world. We're creating healing. We're creating release. We're clearing all these different things that we can do on a one-on-one level. But when it comes to group and collective level, it's something else. So I'm just grateful for all of you. Super grateful for all of you, and thank you for being a part of this.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
Thank you,
Vera.
guys.
nice.
All right.